This is a follow-up to a video we recently did about Elon Musk's rapidly plummeting support. Well, another major high-quality poll just dropped, and it's confirmed a trend. The American people, including an increasing number of MAGA voters, do not want Elon Musk running this government as they perceive him to now be. But before we unpack all that, if you end up liking this video and you want to support the channel, please be sure to hit the like, subscribe, and alert bells before you go. All right, friends, we've got a lot to look at here, but I actually want to start with this clip because as you can see here, the Republicans are desperate to try to save Elon Musk's reputation with their constituents and the American people. We're going to play this clip, and it's a segment of a Fox interview involving Republican Congressman and House Oversight Committee Chairman James Comer.
I find it ironic that they keep referring to Elon Musk as an unelected bureaucrat or whatever their terminology is they're using when they've stood silent over the past 4 years when unelected bureaucrats have seemingly been running our country. They've been operating their agencies without any oversight, without any accountability, and they've been doing what they wanted to do, whether it was letting employees work from home or enacting policy like forgiving student loan debt when clearly the law didn't state that. I support what Elon Musk is doing. He's being very transparent with the American people. He's tweeting out multiple tweets per hour saying what his goals are, and I think it's what the American people want.
Well, per usual, James Comer is wrong. James Comer is really stupid and almost always wrong, so this shouldn't be a surprise. If anything, Fox viewers who listen to James Comer say that should probably think, oh, damn, it's probably the exact opposite. And it is the exact opposite. So we have a recent YouGov/Economist poll, and it's not looking good for Elon Musk. And this is the top line stuff. We'll actually look at the data in just a second. But 51% of Americans believe that Elon Musk has a lot of influence within the Trump administration, while only 13% say they want him to have a lot of influence. So think about that, folks. Think about that. And it's reflected in the polling data. How much influence do you want Elon Musk to have within Trump's administration? Only 13% say a lot. What does that mean? No, well, compare it to none at all. 46%, nearly 50% of the American people, nearly half, want Elon Musk to literally have no influence. None. The best statistic for Elon Musk in this is that a quarter of the respondents, so a quarter of the country, want him to have a little influence. So Elon, get the message. We don't want you. And at best, we want you to have just a little bit of influence, at least according to 25%. The overwhelming plurality want you to stay the F away from the White House and have no role in this government. Not looking good. Not looking good at all. Nearly half, 46%, say they'd prefer Musk to have no influence in the administration, and only 4% say he has none at all. And obviously, that's not true. He does have substantial influence over the Trump administration. He is the de facto co-president at least, and debatably the shadow president. Most Democrats, 78%, thinks Musk has a lot of influence, while only 6% want him to. 80% of Democrats want him to have none. But here's where it gets interesting. Republicans are more divided. The vast majority perceive Musk as having at least a little influence, and slightly fewer prefer him to have influence. So 85% say that of Republicans think that he has at least a little influence, and 69% say they want him to have some influence. The share of Republicans saying they want Musk to have a lot of influence over Trump's administration has fallen in recent months to 26 from 47. So again, let's think about this. From Republicans, previously 47% of Republicans wanted Musk to have a lot of influence in the Trump administration. And now, just a few weeks later, it's basically been cut in half. Only a quarter of them want Musk to have a lot of influence. And again, that's just Republicans. Just Republicans. Again, the polling on this is pretty brutal. How much influence do you think Elon Musk has within Trump's administration? 51% say a lot. 32% say a little. 4% say none at all. Again, that should be zero because he obviously does. And 13% say they're not sure. How much influence do you want Musk to have? Only 13% say a lot, 25% say a little, 46% say none at all, and only 16% say not sure. Again, these are brutal, brutal numbers for Elon Musk. Brutal numbers. Curious if I was looking at his favorable. Let's see. His favorable rating is 43%. Yeah, see, this also reaffirms what we learned from Harry Enton on CNN. His favorability, not good either, right? So there are two separate questions. Do you want Musk to be running the country? And how much do you like Elon Musk? Well, there was a time when Elon Musk was popular, and now more people than not don't like him. And it's not hard to believe because he's an eminently unlikable person. He's like one of those people, the more you get to know them, the more you wish you hadn't, right? You just want him to shut up, build cool things, and stay the hell out of government. And yet he's doing the opposite of that, right? I mean, he is burrowing his way into the very heart of the government, and he's in our face all the time. And that's bad for Elon Musk's popularity. One could easily say that this hits him where it hurts because Musk is showing all the signs of malignant narcissism, much the same way as Donald Trump. This is a guy who desperately craves attention and wants to be liked by people, wants to be seen again as the real life Tony Stark, a Robert Downey Jr. character from the MCU, wants to be seen as Iron Man, this lovable, smartass tech genius. But he has neither the wit nor the appeal. He certainly doesn't have the genius compared to Tony Stark. And his efforts to force himself on the American people, like, you will love me no matter what, and I will be everywhere. I'll be on social media. I'll be in government. I will be everywhere. It's backfiring, as The Independent reports. Musk may have gotten a job as the head of Donald Trump's newly created Department of Government Efficiency, but not many people are happy about it, new surveys find. More than half, 53%, of registered voters disapprove of Musk playing a prominent role in the second Trump administration, while only 39% approve, according to a January 29th poll from Quinnipiac, right? So again, this is part of a trend. It's not just one poll, it's not just two, it's at least three. It's an increasing number just within the past week from reputable pollsters saying that we don't want this. Musk's popularity appears to have plummeted with his MAGA rise, according to CNN's data reporter Harry Enton. The world's richest man turned special government employee now boasts a favorability rating of negative 11 points, significantly down from the plus 29 points he held in 2016. Times were different for Musk and his perception 9 years ago. He hadn't yet purchased Twitter, which he then renamed X. He hadn't been forced to step down as chairman of Tesla. He hadn't yet, perhaps most significantly, been a full MAGA backer. Yeah, and now he is. I mean, I used to like Elon Musk way back when. I still have family members and friends who like Elon Musk, and I know plenty who love Elon Musk, and yet their appreciation of him has rapidly diminished the more he's involved himself with politics. It doesn't help the fact that his political opinions just suck, right? We've talked about this in previous videos. You know, it's possible that Musk is a savant, that he's good with business, and that business acumen just simply doesn't translate over to other disciplines and other areas, as opposed to, you know, a polymath, somebody like Leonardo da Vinci, for example, who's a great artist, a great inventor, a great mathematician, a great scientist, a great, blah, 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 right? Some people just have competence in a wide area of fields. Musk doesn't seem to be that, certainly not with respect to politics. His political views suck. He's profoundly hypocritical in a variety of ways. He's wildly unprincipled with respect to free speech. He is so radicalized that he, like Trump, often falls for conspiracy theories and debunked notions. He's a victim, I think, of his own community notes more than most. I think of all the most community noted accounts, Musk, the Twitter owner, gets hit with community notes more than the vast majority of users, right? You would think someone so smart and so honest and so principled would be less inclined and less likely to be hit with community notes despite having his thumb on the scale. And he's just so flagrantly dishonest and stupid when it comes to his political takes that he gets hit with them time after time after time. And again, this is a person who needs to be loved, who seeks to be loved and respected. That's why he's so awkward and earnest in speeches where he just can't, I have to have adulation. You certainly have celebrity, you certainly have power, Elon, but you don't have adulation, at least not from the majority of the American people. And the more you continue to get in our faces, the more you continue to involve yourself where you are not welcome, where you are not wanted, which is the federal government, the more unpopular you'll become, because you share many things in common with Donald Trump, and that is the more people get to know you and the more people see your incompetence, the less likely they are to like you. So maybe just get the hell out of government, go back to building rockets. I'd be cool with that. In the meantime, let me know what you think in the comments.